G'day, g'day, Tony Lander here. I just finished a super session with the black, talking quite a lot about the human traits, not just the horse traits, because the human traits are absolutely important. If we don't improve ourselves, how can we improve the horse? And it is not the horse's fault, it's never the horse's fault, it's ours. So I talk about traits like us being calm. Of course, we've got to be courageous before that, but calm, and then focus for what we want to do and where we want the horse to go and how we want them to go, and the awareness then of where we are and where the horse is and where the stick is and where the rope is, where the rest of the arena is. This awareness is something that needs to be built over time, and if you don't have it, then you can get in all sorts of trouble with the horse because you don't give him the right indication, you don't give him the right directions, and you can get caught up. And then if you're maybe not as so handy with the tools, this is also another point where danger can come in, and especially with the young horse, big horse, strong horse, it can be a problem. So you've got to try and get this stuff sorted out. And then on top of that is feeling, and I really talk about feeling as empathy for the horse, because this young horse, he's been taken away from home 2 weeks ago, he's gone to 2 homes now, he's in the second one, and you know, it's pretty traumatic for a young horse at this stage. So we have to have empathy for him while he's in this learning process and getting going. And then above this is the timing, that is timing when to help and when to stay back and let him work it out. And you'll see some of that, I talk about it in the video. It's really an important part of the whole process and the progress with the horse. And then on top of that is the balance. That is balance, knowing that you should step in and help, or knowing that you are better to stay back and let him work it out. And this is the main traits. There's more traits in humans, but these are the main ones that I'm showing in this video. So I hope you enjoy it and get something out of it, and enjoy the progress with the black. Catch you later.
Hey Tony, can you tell us a little bit about your plan for today?
Sure I can. My plan today is to start to look for, can he maintain a little bit, because the circles he's pretty keen on stopping. So it would be nice if he continued at least a circle. At trot would be good sometime. And then of course the big one is the attentive, because he gets very distracted very easily. So he gets distracted by the externals, and then he gets also sidetracked with his rope and clip in his mouth. So getting the attentive is probably a never-ending job for the next year or two. That we'll see how we go. So now we'll give it a go and see if we can get him to circle. And if we can even get up to maintaining, he said circle, ready? And maintaining one circle at trot would be cool. So we're moving up the traits a little bit. So I ask him back a little, energy turned, I lead a little bit in this direction towards his hut there, and if I need to, I use a bit of support energy to say please go. Now he's going to think about turning in pretty soon, and then I have to fix him up, but that's okay. And he's pushing, there he is. So now I'm going to say, okay, we start again. And this time we do a little more energy. So to give him the idea, it's better to keep going. So now I start here, there, and touch, and touch, and touch, and touch, and touch, until he goes. I give him a little help as I move across here. That's the way. See, it's kind of, Pat used to say they're raring to go, but they can't go because they're raring. That's just kind of just what happened. He couldn't go because he was on his hind legs. So we start again. Lead to this direction. So I'm not leading over here, because if I lead over here, he'll come straight through me. So I'm basically leading about 90 degrees here and just saying, please go there. Now when he gets more sensitive, he will follow that lead and I won't need the support. Right now, he needs it. Still didn't make one full circle. So I ask now, while he's on the circle, I lead another quarter circle and say, please go. So my phase with the support was almost 180 degrees to him. Now he stopped. I say, this is not going to be so comfortable if you stop here. So he doesn't get a rest. I point here 90 degrees and I say, please go, with a bit more energy. Yeah. Gets discombobulated, but now at least he's trotting. We'll see if he can get one circle. Doesn't look like. Oh, he thought about it. And he has made one circle now. So I lift the rope, put some energy at his hindquarter and say, hey, don't worry about that horse winning or that one. Think about me would be good. So now I have to let him rest. I can't keep on and on and on at him about attentive. It's just not fair to him because he can't do it right now. And especially if with a stallion down the other end is yelling as well, this doesn't help things. Okay, we'll try the other direction. We'll get some attentive first this time. Some backwards, good. And then I lead about 90 degrees and say, good, didn't even need support in it. Pretty cool. But then he stops pretty quick. So I say, this is not going to be comfortable if you keep stopping. So I make a little bit of uncomfort, 90 degrees, and say this time go a bit extra. So he's almost made one circle after he did the head thing. No, he didn't quite make it. So it's not for me where he started, it's for me where he started to trot reasonably instead of throwing his head up in pushiness and not attentive. So again, I start here, about 90 degrees, I lead and say a little bit of energy here, a bit of energy there. There. Now his trot is nice, so I'd say that's the start of the circle. But he didn't make it, so I do it again, and this time not wait as long, put a bit more energy and say, let's go. There he starts to trot on the circle, and this time he's going to make it. Just. I give him that one though. And again, I lift the rope to slow the front end down, and I put energy at his hindquarter to say, please stop, take your hindquarter away and look at me. Now the attention is completely gone, so just take a little bit of a break here. Okay, I think he started to say, hey, enough is enough, but I want to do a little bit more because we have to kind of, again, expand a little bit more. If we're not growing, then we're kind of stagnant and eventually rotting. So I'll see if I can just ask maybe one more circle to the left and then one more circle to the right and see if we can then finish up pretty good. So I ask him for some attention and some backwards and flow out into the circle. Pretty nice. And now, while he's out here, I ask for the trot. So I lead on and ask with the stick back here. So good. So far so good. And he just made his one circle. I mean, I can't believe that this horse can understand English so well because he's a German warm blood. You would think it's not so good with English, but he understands one circle pretty good. So ask him to go. Good. Now he pulled a little bit on the halter. I dragged a little bit myself because I wanted him a bit further from the fence. Now I keep my energy up to the go with energy with him. This is not good enough, so I'm going to say back up with a bit of energy. I'm going to say lead it and go. He's going to push to my left, push against the way that I want. So I touch him a little bit and say, don't just do this. Now keep my energy up and take it down a little, good, to trot. Now I keep it in the go with energy to try and keep him in the trot. Or help him maintain the trot. This is good. And now I say, hey, don't pull on the halter. I want this better, even today. So lead. Ask politely, push on him. If he pushes the direction I don't want, that's it. So sometimes we've got to try this and see what's in there. Otherwise we don't know. Good. So I don't want to stop him on that side there. I would like to stop him before he gets to that place where he wants to drift to the hay. So I almost did it. It was not too bad. Okay, pretty good for today, and then I just check at the end that we're okay with the friendly because we've touched him a couple of times. We've got to say to him, this doesn't always mean go. And already he said, yes it does, it means I got to go. So I say, no it doesn't, because if I put it on this side you can stop as well. And put it on this side and on this side, so I can try and help him as much as possible. And this again is about balance in how much I'm helping him. I could optionally just allow him to go round and round and round with the string on one side, but this makes no sense right now because I'm trying to teach him about circles. So I don't want him to just run around madly without knowing what's doing. So good, there we go. So now he's got better. So horses get really quickly into habits, like really quickly. And most horses have bad habits because people have terrible habits. They just do the same thing over and over without thinking about it. So we've got to say, hey, don't push here. Don't push here. So even though he's big, right now he doesn't quite know how strong he is, which is quite lucky for me. Hey? Yeah. It's okay. Good. Then he gets distracted, and then nothing worries him when he's distracted. So sometimes you have to get them out of the distraction, because when they actually wake up, it could be a problem. So it looks like maybe the horses are moving over in the other paddock, so this is a problem for him. Okay. Have a chew on that. Yeah? Okay. Then we can even walk away. This could be another way to help him handle this. Yeah, the horses, the mares are going back into their stable right now, so out of their day paddock. So he's a bit distracted on this part. That's it, much better. Good. Okay, so while he's down here, I'll take the halter off, because he's much not so tall when he's got his head down a little bit. And see if I can actually ask him to put his head down a bit more. Good, without biting me. Just down, that's what I want. Good man. Okay. Very good. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, hit the subscribe button and also the like button on this video. This will give me more chance to know what you like. And if you're really feeling good, put down a comment for me. Let me know what's good, what's not good, and what you'd like to see. I'd love to read it, and then I can do more, better videos for you.